One day, Jesus told his followers a story. A rich man decided to give a grand feast to his friends. The invitations were sent and preparations were made. Then the rich man sent his servants to go and fetch him guests. One by one, the guests started making excuses for not attending the feast. By the end, each guest had refused to come or made an excuse. On hearing this from his servants, the rich man was furious. He ordered his servants to search the streets and the alleys for the poor and beggars and bring them to his feast. The rich man said, "Not one of those who were invited will get a taste of my banquet." Jesus said, like the rich man's story, God would offer his kingdom to those who believed. Lessons by Jesus. There were many people who wanted to become the followers of Jesus. But Jesus always used to tell them that it was not easy. Like a builder, one must first make the plan, examine the cost, and then start the work. Working without a plan would lead to many problems. Anyone who wants to build a temple for God in his heart must first examine the commitment required. Jesus gave another example, that of a king going to war. No king would march his army into the battlefield without first making a plan and weighing the pros and cons. If his army is small, then he might try to avoid the war and think of other peaceful means. Jesus concluded, "You are ready to become my follower only if you are able to give up everything that you love the most." The vineyard owner. Once, Jesus told the parable of a man who owned a vineyard. The owner needed workers to pick the grapes. So, he went to the marketplace to hunt for workers. He saw some idle men. He said, "Work for me in my vineyard, and in return I will pay you 1 silver coin." The men agreed happily. The man went thrice to the market to get workers to his vineyard. In the evening, the owner told his servant to pay the workers. He said, "Pay first to those who started last." However, the workers who had been working since early morning did not like this. They felt that they should be paid more as they had come first. They complained about this to the owner. But the owner replied, "You agreed to work at the price I offered. You are all equal in my eyes." Similarly, in God's eyes, everyone is equal. Jesus feeds 5,000. Once, about 5,000 people gathered to hear Jesus' gospel. It was starting to get late, and none of the people had supper yet. The disciples came to Jesus and said, "There is no food around, and it is getting late. We should send the people away to get themselves something to eat. But Jesus said, "You can feed them here." The disciples exclaimed, "This is impossible. So much of bread would cost us a fortune." Jesus saw a boy with a basket containing 5 small loaves of bread and 2 small fish. Jesus ordered one of his disciples to buy the food basket from the boy. Jesus took the loaves of bread and thanked God. Then the disciples passed around the bread, and everyone could take as much as he wanted. He did the same with the fish. Even after all the people had eaten, there was still some food left. People realized how great Jesus was.
Thanks for watching. Do like, share, subscribe to Sahil Book House.